Hey again, friends. I'm John Beilfuss, Executive Chef of Lula's Louisiana Cookhouse here in Owasso, Michigan. Currently closed until we get through the coronavirus, and we'll see how that goes. This is April 8th. I'm sure we're closed through the end of the month. We'll see what Gretchen says in the next few days about when we're going to be allowed to reopen. We're not going to reopen until we're darn sure people can come in and be close to each other and not get sick. So in the meantime, I'm in the kitchen cooking for you. And today we're going to make one of our favorite family dishes, Oyako Donburi, or Oyakodon. It's a Japanese fast food. And we'll get right at it. I'm going to show you the ingredients. There are a few things that you may not use every day that I'll walk you through. But let's have some fun. And here's everything you're going to need to make Oyakodon. The first we have is 1.5 cups of dashi. We're going to come back and talk about that a little bit more in a minute. We have a 1/4 cup of mirin, a 1/4 cup of Japanese soy sauce, 6 sliced green onions, 1 pound of diced chicken thigh meat, and 3 slightly beaten eggs. That's everything it's going to take to make this. On the dashi, all these ingredients are available on Amazon, and you might go straight to something that's called hon dashi or dashi no moto, which is basically a bouillon that'll get you to the same place and you don't have to make the dashi. But I'm going to show you a picture of that, and I'm also going to show you how to make your own homemade dashi. So I keep saying buy stuff from Amazon. That's because I won't go to the store right now, and we keep getting boxes from Amazon and I'm wiping them all down with sanitizer. But most of the ingredients, I think all the ingredients for this recipe, you could get at any good grocery store right now. Also, on the dashi, if you had to, you could substitute chicken broth. It wouldn't be the same, but it wouldn't be bad. It'd be really good. To make our dashi, we're going to put 6 cups of cold water in a stock pot with about a 3-inch square of kombu, which is a Japanese seaweed. If we don't have the seaweed, we can let that part go. It's still going to be delicious. We're going to bring this all to a boil, and then we're going to add 1 cup of dried bonita flakes. Let it sit for 10 minutes and strain it all out, and you'll have a delicious first dashi. So now that's come up to a good boil, and I'm going to add 1 cup of my dried bonita flakes. Let it come back up to the boil, and I'm going to turn it off for about 10 minutes before I strain it. And now we're just going to strain that out, and we'll have our dashi. You can now take those same ingredients, the bonita flakes that you just used and that piece of kombu, put it back in water, bring it to a boil again, and that's what we call second dashi, because it's the second time through. It's going to be a little less intense, but still going to have a very good flavor. This dish could not be easier. It just takes a couple ingredients that maybe we always don't have in our pantry. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our 1.5 cups of dashi, along with a 1/4 cup of Japanese soy sauce. I always try to use soy sauce from the country of origin. If I'm doing Chinese, I'm going to use a Chinese soy sauce. Chinese soy sauce is a little saltier than Japanese is a little sweeter. So basically what you're making here is a light teriyaki, similar sauce to a teriyaki sauce. We're going to bring that up to a boil. So that's come up to a nice boil now, and we're going to just turn it down and let it simmer for 3 minutes. Well, that's been simmering for about 3 minutes now, so we're going to go in and add our green onions, our 1 pound of diced chicken thighs. We're just going to stir that around. We're going to bring that back to a boil. So that's come back up to a nice boil. We're going to turn it down again and let that simmer for about 3 minutes. Okay, so that's simmered now for about 3 minutes, and I've brought it back up to the boil. My recipe calls for 3 large eggs. I have medium eggs, so I'm putting in 4, but you want to pour this right into the center. Turn it down to a simmer. Cover it. And don't peek for about 3 minutes. 32 years ago, 1988, I took over a real estate company in Livonia, Michigan. And about that time, the Japanese auto industry had come into the area and had opened up a lot of shops, and there was, all of a sudden we had a pretty sizable Japanese population. And consequently, in Livonia, 5 Mile in Louisiana, they opened up a Japanese grocery store and a great Japanese restaurant, Akasaka. And I went every day for lunch to Akasaka, but also every day went next door to the grocery store. And the fishmonger there and I became friends. And he taught me how to slice tuna for sushi, told me how to make a lot of wonderful dishes, including this one, and took me around, showed me the ingredients, and he'd point and tell me, and I think I'd get it. And anyways, nice memories of learning a new culture through the best source possible. So there we go. We've done the unveiling, and it looks just perfect. So first thing I did was just take a bowl and fill it with white rice. I've topped it with about 1/3 of the egg. This recipe is for 3 people. And about 1/3 of the chicken, and then poured the broth over the top, and boy, I can't wait to get to lunch. My son Nick, who's sheltering in Chicago right now, asked me to put this recipe out for you. And so there you go, Nick. Hope you enjoy it. And we also do this dish with a panko breaded pork chop that's sliced thin and then put on top of the same broth with egg and the whole exact same recipe. That's called katsudon. It's another great way to have it. So thanks again for watching my videos, and we'll do another one real soon. Stay home, stay well, stay safe. If I'd known I was going to have to shelter in place, I definitely would have got some sake in the house before they locked me down.